映画やコメディでアメリカの高校にはプロムがあるシーンが挟まれますが、実際にありますか？ありますね。僕は行かなかったんですけど、友達の中で行ってる人はいました。僕は行かなかったですけど。行く相手がいないあれですよ。そのプロム行った人は、あれですよ。2時3時入れてないですから。
Uki in chat, I'm going to queer prom this weekend. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Your school has a queer prom? That is so crazy. Things have come a long way. I'm so glad. Are you going with a special someone or are you going with friends? That sounds really fun. I wish back then that was a thing for us too, but I love that your generation is experiencing it. Oh my god, I love people sharing their little stories. Yeah, I'm glad that people now get to have things that used to not be allowed, because it just kind of shows growth. Even though times are still, you know, rough out here, at least there's still growth. Your school decided who goes with who? That's fucking weird. Why would you do that? That is fucking weird. Sometimes I sit here and I think about how, like, straight people are not okay. Is it just me? No, I don't think so. But like, straight people are not okay right now. Or they were never okay to begin with. So strange.
I wish I could also go out maybe to prom or go to different parties and things like that. Could have been fun. Prom was fun, but I felt my school always had the pressure of you getting a date for it. That's true. That's very true. It's always like, who are you going out to prom to? Things like that. Yeah, even during high school, I was like that. But people are like, are you going to prom? And I was like, I don't think so. And I'm like, why not? It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm like, you're right, but like, I don't know if I want to go with anyone. Did I tell you the story of my first prom? I think I might have. First prom I went to, I did end up going with a girl, but it was kind of on interesting terms. I went with a girl, but we kind of just talked about we basically, the entire time there, I was excited, right? She was a friend, and ultimately we went together because we're kind of like, are you going with anyone? They're like, no. I'm like, well, I guess if neither of us are going with anyone, we might as well just go together. Terrible mistake, by the way, guys. If anyone's planning on going to prom, never meet on those conditions. Unlike, oh, I guess if, you know, neither of us have dates, then we might as well just go together. It's the worst thing you could do. Because what ended up happening was, during the entire time, I ended up talking to her about her crush. And why her crush wouldn't give her the attention that she deserves. And that was my prom. It was definitely awkward, yeah. I think those kind of things have made me decide I want to just be alone. That's a topic you shouldn't talk about when you go on proms. I very much agree with you. Definitely my first and last time I went to prom, and it's something I'll never forget.
Hey Vanta, hope you're having a good day. My prom was canceled because we were under tornado watch and this was my last year. What? I'll never experience prom, but now I'm watching you. So we're chilling.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Gosh.
This isn't gonna make you feel any better, but I'll just tell you that I fucking hated prom. I hated that shit so much. I doubt it's gonna make you feel any better, but my prom experience was absolutely fucking awful. I hated myself the entire night. I just wanted to go home. I hated that shit. I went to 2 proms too. That was awful. Never doing that again. Never doing that again. But I don't have to do that again, so it's great. But I'm sorry, you're never gonna get to experience it. Even if you had have ended up having a terrible time for whatever reason, it's still nice to experience, you know? It's a one-time thing. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I went to 2 proms. The person that I went with went to another school. I went to my schools and then I went to their schools. God, that was awful. A socially awkward kid going with the person that he barely knew, and then he went to a school that he had never been to before, talking to more people that he did not know. It was fucking awful. I wanted to die.
No, I remember. There was this high school prom. There was this like high school prom. It was really funny because like I had a friend group. I had a friend group in high school, right? Like I think out of like all of them, like half of them went to prom. But the thing is like you had to pay like this exorbitant amount just to go to prom. I think it was like $100, $200, something like that. A high school kid, not really any money. And the principals and stuff, they were always like telling kids how high school prom only comes once in your life. Even if you don't have a date, you should still pay us like $100 for the ticket to go to prom. Me and my friends were like, yeah, forget that. Spent like 20 hours playing League of Legends that day. Probably the most productive we've ever been in League of Legends. Forget prom, I'm hitting platinum now, baby. My first time hitting platinum. Beautiful, wonderful, amazing. A true gamer don't just prom to play along.
Did you ever have prom? Yeah, I did. You guys want to know a story of my prom? It wasn't the ideal prom. Some people last year as well was already asking for prom dates. For me, prom's usually at the end of the year. There was some people that I did want to ask. I was trying to build a relationship first, I guess. I already knew them, but there were a few people that did ask me if they wanted to go with me. But I declined because I didn't really know them. I was like, you know, I appreciate it a lot, but I already had someone in mind, is what I said. There was two that I was going to ask. The first one, I think in the middle of the year, I was like, you know what, next week, I'm finally going to ask them. We've helped each other during English class, and next week, this guy starts dating them. Oh, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's out of the bag, I guess. I heard from that guy. He was going to the prom with her. And I was like, okay, nice. Yep, cool. I wasn't disappointed. I was very understanding. Next. So I kind of just like went about the year. It was during that stage, like half of the year, I was just like watching a lot of anime. There was this one person that I actually like talked to a lot. Like we shared a lot of classes together. I finally mustered up the courage to ask them. Yeah, it was the end of the school day. I was talking to them, but I backed out at the last second. Because, you know, like I had to leave. I had to go home. I was running a little late. I was like, you know what? I'll just tell him tomorrow. It's okay. The next day, I went through that whole school day. At the end of the day, we're now dating this guy. I was like, when did this happen? Yeah, like I wasn't romantically like into them at all. I just wanted to go with someone. Prom was like a month away. I'm like, who the hell do I ask? There's like no one left. I should have just said yes to the people that asked me. I started getting like a suit. I had a blue blazer and a necklace. My hair was like combed and stuff. Yeah, I had a black turtleneck. I forgot what colored pants I had. It's 3 weeks away. Since I used to do the musicals as well, I had this dance teacher, and she was like, "Do you have anyone to go to the prom with yet?" Like, I'm like, "Oh no, not yet." She's like, "What? Really?" And she's like, "What about this one?" Yeah, I mean, they're pretty nice. I've only ever interacted with them through the musical. Yeah, what about her? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna call that teacher right now, and I'm gonna tell them to come down to the library. You're gonna go outside the library, and you're gonna ask them. Dude, I was like, what? Why? And she just calls like the teacher. Can you please like send this person down to the library right now? I was just hiding like in the book section. Everyone was just talking to the dance teacher, and she's like, oh, Luke is actually about to ask someone to the prom. Why the fuck are you telling everyone? I see her like walking down. I'm like, oh god. And she's like, go, Luca, go. Kind of looked at them. Hey, it's nice to see you, I guess. That's what I said. Why are you acting so strange, Luca? I'm like, oh, is it really that obvious? The prom's like 3 weeks away. I was wondering if you wanted to go with me. Instantly, she was like, yeah, sure. I'm like, wait, what? Really? And after that, she just starts walking back to her class. I walk inside the library. Everyone in the library was like, "What? Fuck!" And the librarian just comes out and goes, "Shh, you can't be too loud." Yeah, and after that, I just went to prom with this person, and did I dance with her? No. My prom didn't have that. There wasn't like a slow dance like section, like a club like. I was kind of just dancing with my friends, like with the boys.